Imagine catching your nosy HOA enforcer red-handed in your backyard. Phone out like she's auditioning for a spy thriller. Only to have her dial 911 on you, and the dispatcher turns out to be your wife. What starts as a petty trespass spirals into a neighborhood takedown that exposes fraud, forgeries, and a web of corruption so ridiculous you'll laugh while cheering for justice. Josh Newell had always prided himself on being the quiet type in Sycamore Hills, a cookie-cutter suburb in suburban Ohio where picket fences hid more drama than a reality TV marathon. But that afternoon, as he sipped his coffee on the back patio, he spotted her, Barbara Walker, the HOA's self-crowned enforcer, slinking through his yard like a bargain bin burglar with her phone raised high, snapping pics of his old shed. "Excuse me. What the hell are you doing back here?" Josh called out, his voice steady but edged with that Midwestern politeness masking pure irritation. Barbara froze mid-step, her oversized sunglasses slipping down her nose as she whipped around with a smile so forced it could have cracked porcelain. "Oh, Joshua. Darling," she cooed, adjusting her pearl necklace like it was a shield of authority. "Just a routine visual inspection for the community standards. That eyesore of a shed? Never approved. We're all about maintaining harmony. You know." Josh crossed his arms, stepping off the patio onto the grass. He'd heard the rumors about him, that he was the troublemaker who ignored rules, spread by Barbara herself after he'd questioned her at a board meeting last year. Whispers in the neighborhood Facebook group painted him as some antisocial rebel, all because he dared suggest the HOA's fines were getting absurd. But Josh had bitten his tongue. Watching. Waiting. "That shed's been here since before you moved in, Barbara. Grandfathered. And you're on my property without a peep of permission. That's trespassing. Plain and simple." Her lips pursed into that trademark thin line, the one that screamed, "How dare you question me? Don't get snippy, Joshua. As HOA president, I'm empowered to ensure compliance. If everyone followed the bylaws like good neighbors, we wouldn't have issues." She said it with such sanctimonious drip, like she was quoting scripture instead of a pamphlet of petty regulations dreamed up over bad Chardonnay at board meetings. Josh chuckled low. "Not buying the act. Empowered? You mean sneaking around like a peeping Tom? The bylaws you love so much require written notice for inspections. I wrote half of them back when I was on the board, before your clique turned it into a power trip." Barbara's face twitched, a flicker of unease behind her facade. She hated being reminded that Josh knew the rules better. He'd helped draft them to keep things fair, not to lord over lawns like some suburban dictator. Instead of backing off, she doubled down, pulling out her phone with a flourish. "Fine. If you're going to be difficult," she huffed, dialing dramatically. "I'll let the authorities handle this. You're raising your voice, advancing on me. I feel threatened." Josh raised an eyebrow, arms still crossed. "Threatened? In my own yard? This ought to be good." On the other end, a familiar voice crackled through. 911. "What's your emergency?" Barbara launched into her script. "This is Barbara Walker, HOA president of Sycamore Hills. I'm being harassed during a lawful inspection. The homeowner's yelling, cornering me. Send help immediately." Josh smirked, recognizing the dispatcher instantly. It was Kara, his wife, who worked the local emergency line. The irony hit like a punchline in a bad sitcom. There was a pause. Then Kara's voice. "Calm as ever, Barbara. This is Kara Newell. Dispatch logs show you're at my address, in our backyard. To be precise, making a false report's a crime. You aware?" Barbara's color drained faster than a punctured kiddie pool. Her hand trembling on the phone. "See, Kara? I didn't realize." She stammered, the smugness evaporating into pure panic. Josh stepped closer, voice dripping with mock concern. "You want to keep going? Or admit you're out of line?" Barbara lowered the phone, her eyes darting like a trapped rat, then bolted for the gate without a word, her sensible heels clacking awkwardly on the pavement. "Don't forget," Josh called after her. "We've got cams everywhere now." Trespass recorded. Drama queen. Inside, Kara was already at her laptop. Headset off. Logging the call. "Flagged it for review," she said, not looking up. Barbara's pulled this crap before. Boundary violations are her specialty. Josh poured her a coffee. "False 911? That's not just HOA nonsense, that's jailbait." Kara nodded. "Ramirez'll love this. Let's see her spin it as community service." The next morning, a polite knock interrupted Josh's routine. Officer Ramirez stood there, cruiser idling, notepad ready. "Josh, got a minute?" He stepped in, accepting the offered mug. "She filed a harassment claim overnight. Says you cornered her. Verbal assault." Josh snorted. "In my yard? Dispatch audio says otherwise." Ramirez flipped pages. "Reviewed your footage. Clear trespass. No invite. No notice. And that 911 stunt? Textbook false report." "But here's the kicker," Ramirez continued, leaning in. "She's claiming HOA immunity, official duties." Josh's jaw tightened. "Official? They're lawyers that hacked Jerry. Fined for fake liens last year." Ramirez smirked. "Same guy. But this ain't isolated. 3 other complaints in 6 months, yards invaded. Photos snapped. Fines slapped. No proof till your cams." Kara descended the stairs. "Uniform crisp. Pattern of abuse?" Ramirez nodded. "File with the prosecutor. City can slap a cease and desist on the HOA pending probe." Josh grabbed his phone. "Consider it done." As Ramirez left, he added, "You're not alone watching her now. By afternoon." Josh submitted everything: footage, audio, logs. Kara called from work. HOA suspended her field duties. Vehicle logs show unauthorized entries, charter violation. Josh paced. "How far does this rot go?" "Deep," Kara replied. "Veteran on Birchwood got fined for a flagpole, same sneaky tactics." Josh whistled. "If it's targeted, the board's liable." That evening, Josh sifted through old HOA notices, highlighting mismatches, identical signatures, unauthorized fines. Kara cross-checked minutes. Timestamps don't align. Barbara signed stuff she couldn't. A text from neighbor Chris buzzed. "Got footage too." Sending. Videos showed Barbara lurking by trash bins, yelling at a teen's party over noise at 4 p.m. "Ridiculous," Chris said on the call. Framed her complaint like a joke. Soon, 5 neighbors piled on: statements, videos, letters. "She's a creeper with a clipboard," one quipped. Josh met Councilwoman Rivera next day, folder in hand. "Pattern of intimidation," he said. She scanned. "Pushing HOA reform. This triggers audit, finances, transcripts. Spotting fake invoices." She frowned. "Laundering? Let's expose it." Back home, an HOA email pinged: "Activities suspended pending review." No sorry. Just sweat. Josh smirked. Scared yet? Wednesday brought a city sedan to the clubhouse. Auditor stepping in. Blinds snapping shut. Neighbor Dennis whispered across the street, accounts frozen. Fake landscaping payouts. Josh nodded. Whistleblower tip from Marcia, Barbara's lackey. Shell company to a PO. Box. Marcia flipping? Priceless. Public records confirmed, audit docket. Bogus line items like $5,000 for mailbox accents. Then. The gem, payments to civic community partners, Barbara's home address. At 3 p.m. A knock, Detective Langdon and Auditor Park. Your footage cracked it open, Park said. Warrant for comms. They slid an email, Barbara's directive, target high-risk properties. Push notices. Escalate to cops. Josh's gut twisted. Intimidation racket. Langdon agreed. 16 fake fines. Funds to discretionary account. Testify? Hell yes. That night. Backyard gathering under lights, neighbors shared horrors. Chris's party pics. Elaine's hose fine. Aaron's truck magnet citation. She crouched like a goblin, Aaron laughed bitterly. Compiled packet to Langdon. 2 days later. Barbara's arrest, handcuffed from clubhouse. Scowling at flashes. Charges, fraud. Unlawful entry. False report. Crowd murmured as officers announced board dissolution. From his porch. Josh watched with Kara. No more grass measuring, she quipped. Her consulting firm's license? Expired. No escape. Barbara's house darkened. For sale sign up. City voided 18 months of fines. Suspended inspections. Newsletter, rebuilding trust. Josh folded it. A start. The open forum packed the gym. Tension thick. Interim Chair Evelyn called Josh first. New evidence, emails deactivating pool access for critics. Missing $40,000. Forged signatures. Gasps echoed. Evelyn signaled attorney, detectives arrived. Next day. Treasurer Howard arrested, rerouted funds to fake Greenfield. Forensics unearthed ghost invoices. Dead residents ID for Barbara Shell. Kara home late, federal now, identity. Mail fraud. Indictments hit, Barbara. Howard. Secretary Dale for conspiracy. Theft. Headlines screamed scandal. City ordinances, audits. Monitored comms. Oversight on fines. Weeks later. New board election, engineers lead. Aaron treasurer. Marcia secretary. Applause thundered. Outside. Air freed. Home. Josh and Kara on patio. She weaponized rules, Kara said. Now systems got her. Cameras stayed, pieces silent guardians. But here's the twist that lingers. In a world where HOAs preach community, was Barbara the villain? Or just the face of a system built to bully? You tell me, right or wrong?